Have you ever been streaming on Twitch and you're just really having a fun time? You're really getting some nice viewers coming in and chatting with you and everything, and you get a subscribe, that little button pops up in the bottom. It's like cheering you on, good job. And then you realize the hitting sinking sensation that you're being fucked in the ass by Twitch because they're gonna take half the revenue you made from that. And it just starts to make you feel like you're not really being treated fairly by the powers that be, because they're taking half your revenue and making it harder for you to survive. Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing well today. Today we're gonna do like a random thing, and I'm gonna talk about the streaming space right now, because honestly it's not really in a good spot, and I've been seeing some videos talking about it, and I just kind of wanted to throw my own 2 cents in the ring, especially because on Twitter there's one that gets a lot of heavy, like, just everybody's hating on it right now. And I gotta say, the streaming space, it's not looking good. We have Twitch, which has been the top dog for like a long time. You know, everybody loves Twitch. If you're a streamer, you're most likely on Twitch. Unless you're me, then you stream here on YouTube on this channel. Subscribe for that. I stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and sometimes Saturdays. And Twitch has created an amazing environment for streaming, because they have things like bits and hype trains and all of that just make the culture of streaming really fun. I gotta say, sometimes I do actually miss that about Twitch being on YouTube, is we don't really have that. And Twitch also has very easy monetization, which does make a lot of people really excited that they can start making money a lot earlier than they can on YouTube, because YouTube does make it really hard. I don't know if you guys know this, but to reach monetization on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, which is honestly not that easy to get. In my almost a year now of being a solely YouTube creator, I still haven't even hit the halfway mark, which is mostly due to my own issues with learning how to grow on the site and everything, because I kind of don't really put as much into that as I should be. And they also want you to have 4,000 hours of watch time, which is, it's a pretty hefty ask, which is why people will usually just stick on Twitch instead of coming to YouTube, because YouTube is a lot more difficult about how they allow you to make money and everything. What Twitch does have is a money-making platform that does seem like it will be at least sustainable for the next while, although some of us do see Twitch as a revenue source that isn't really going to stick around for the distance and end up closing down in the relatively near future, like the next couple of years or so. Might not happen, but it may, who knows. But it seems like something that's just losing Amazon money, and Jeff Bezos might just cut down the site entirely. You never know. YouTube, on the other hand, was looking really promising about a year ago, but now it's kind of seeming like they're just fully putting all of their resources into YouTube Shorts, because TikTok is doing really well, and Instagram Reels is doing well. Like, everything in short form vertical content seems to be doing well, because it's easy to just scroll through and get so many views and likes and all of that whenever you're watching short form content. And so it seems like they've kind of taken their focus off of streaming and put more focus into their vertical content, and that's been kind of unfortunate, because we were getting things like raids and a lot of things that weren't really as good as they were on Twitch, but seemed like after getting some work put into them, they could have been good, and YouTube just kind of left that by the wayside. They're not really doing much with their streaming space right now, which is sad, because innovation is something that we really do need whenever it comes to streaming platforms, because it seems like there's almost no competition to Twitch right now, even though Twitch is like one of the worst places to be with their ads and stuff. And then we have a new contender that kind of came into the ring, and a lot of people are not excited about this one. Some people are, but it's Kick. And a lot of people have been moving from Twitch to Kick, because Kick is promising a 95-5 creator content revenue split, which is pretty crazy. Like, meaning if you get a subscriber on Kick, you will make 95% of the money that they paid to subscribe to you, and Kick will take their 5%, which is pretty crazy, and it's a pretty weird money-making scheme from Kick. But I'm going to tell you a little bit into why Kick is able to do that. And the reason why is because Kick is actually backed by a company called Stakes, which is a gambling website. So that's not very great on its own. They're trying to get creators to advertise gambling, and they're trying to get creators to gamble and people that watch the creators to gamble. So this is not a very good place to be. You know, that's already kind of not a good space to be in. However, in terms of their culture and everything, it doesn't really change from Twitch as to what I've seen. But the reason why that isn't really because of anything other than the fact that the website looks, feels, and really works pretty much the exact same as Twitch, except it's green instead of purple. So, I mean, yeah, basically it kind of seems like Kick right now is just a wasteland of people who have been banned on Twitch who don't really get in trouble on Kick because they don't have any regulation. I mean, people like Aiden Ross have been showing, you know, popcorn, but with a little less syllables, to children on the site, and they interview like the most terrible people every day and have incited violence against trans people, all without ever getting in trouble, because of course he's Kick's top moneymaker. They're not going to kick him off the site, even though the creator himself literally like called him out for it. He didn't get him in trouble. So Kick is like a unregulated wasteland. I mean, they show popcorn on there all the time. They do whatever they I mean, it's crazy. Seriously, go look at Kick for like 5 seconds and you'll realize that it is literally the nuttiest like streaming space of all time. But a lot of people are moving from Twitch to Kick because of that like insane money making, like that creator split is so amazing. But I think that if you're really looking for a good creator split, being that Twitch took literally everyone's 95 or 90-10 splits or 70-30 splits, if you're looking for a good place that has about the best creator split you could possibly get other than Kick, it's really going to be YouTube. YouTube does 70-30, and if you can make that monetization, that's going to be pretty much your best bet, because the 50-50 is terrible, and Kick, their money-making platform is just not really going to be going the distance, if that makes any sense. I feel like it's just not really going to be there for the long run. I'm going to be surprised if Kick is still around in like a year. And so what does this mean for the streaming space? Because, like I said, the streaming space is not doing very good right now. And what that means for the streaming space is just that I think streaming is going to be way more of a hobby than it ever has been. I mean, people have been able to only hit the go live button and then make it big in the past, especially when Twitch was real new. But that's not really a thing anymore, in my opinion. You can make money off of streaming, but it seems like you have to have a base audience first that is willing to subscribe and engage in your community on a normal basis to where you can actually make money on streaming. But right now, it seems like you should be creating as much short form content as possible, because that shit is like OP. If you look at my channel, you'll notice that there's been way more short form content than usual, and I've been kind of lacking on the long form content, which is why I'm making this video. Transparency. And then you should focus on making some long form content when you get the chance, because people are going to watch your short form content, and then they're going to want to come to your long form content so that they can see that. And then if they're like cool enough to hang around and want to engage with you and actually talk to you and stuff, then they'll come and watch your streams and everything. And I think Alpha Gaming said something a lot like that, which that's where I'm getting a lot of my information here. I think he's pretty smart. He seems to understand streaming space. So yeah, basically start with short form content, make some long form content, and then stream. And then people will will hopefully come from the short form content to the long form content to the stream, because they'll want to talk to you. So streaming is seeming kind of more of a way to just engage with the audience that you already have, more than to gain a new audience, because it's just not really discoverable on pretty much any website. So yeah, I mean, streaming basically is just kind of a supplementary hobby to the normal content creation, which is just making content creation that much harder to get into. Content creation is one of the roughest avenues to get into right now as an actual career, because it's just gotten harder and harder and harder as it's gone along, because more and more people want to do it, because it is a job that everybody wants to have. And so if you do want to get into streaming as more than just a hobby, it's going to take a lot more than it used to, because more forms of content are coming out, more forms of streams are coming out, more streamers are coming into the competitive field, and it's just kind of hard to stick to one form of content. It kind of seems like you have to be all across the board, ready to do everything you can to try and get into it. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about the streaming space and the content creation space right now. So let me know if you liked the video. Comment down below and tell me your thoughts, because I'm always interested in talking to you guys about what you think about streaming and everything. And yeah, I'm gonna head out. Gonna call it here, because this video has gotten really long and I don't want to waste any more of your time. So I will hopefully see you guys on my next stream or short or video. And I wanted to thank you for watching this video out of the 4 or 5 others that are here on this YouTube website. And yeah, good night everybody.